Fasting isn't for everyone, and I get that. But for me, it was life-changing. The benefits are profound, and I've had many changes along this journey. I have clearer skin, better digestion, clearer mental focus, and even most of my joint pain went away. Before I started fasting, I didn't know if I was coming or going. So in today's video, we're going to go over the safest way I have figured out to do a 5-day water fast. Now, the first step is always going to be with planning. Without a good plan, we're not going to be successful. So plan a day that works for you and stick with that date. And now the second part of the plan is to figure out what you're going to do after the fast, because that's going to be more important than what you do during the fast. In my opinion, it's rather pointless to do such a serious fasting without a serious plan to come afterwards. After all, losing weight is great, and losing a lot of weight is even better. But changing your lifestyle is going to be incredibly important after such a serious fasting. And hopefully you'll look at food with a different opinion after you're done. Now back to step 1. I recommend starting on a Sunday afternoon just after lunch. This way, the only meal you're skipping that day will be dinner, and then you'll be sleeping until the following day. And this step 1 will also play a vital role into what's going to become the end of your fast on Friday. And we'll get into more of that later. So in order to make this fast safer, what I had to do is focus mainly on vitamins and nutrients and electrolytes. Without these things, I don't think I would have been able to make it through the 5-day, especially being as morbidly obese as I am. And then the last thing we want to do is during this fast is become vitamin deficient in some way. If we lose our electrolytes, our body's just going to shut down and say, no, sorry, you're done. So after you got all your vitamins and nutrients figured out, and I'll be sure to post them up on the screen and leave them there for a while so you can take notes. The next step is to make sure you get your electrolyte mix. Now you can purchase your electrolytes, and you can also make your electrolytes at home. The recipe I use starts out with Himalayan pink salt. I just use 3 pinches of this and put it in an empty glass. I then add about 1 to 2 tablespoons of Bragg's apple cider vinegar. It's very important that you have the mothers in there. That provides a lot of nutrients for you while you're doing your fast. And then I'll add 1 or 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. Fresh squeeze is always best, as it does provide a little bit more nutrients than the store-bought in the bottle. And when you're done, you want to top this off with water and give it a really good stir. And trust me, it really doesn't taste that bad, and it's worth every bit. And you're going to want to take this in the morning and in the afternoon. This is a very important step, because if you fail to take your electrolytes in the afternoon, you can risk the potential of your body just saying no and shut down. So remember your electrolytes, guys, and it doesn't taste that bad. And just remember, you can go online and you can search all different types of electrolyte recipes you can make right here in your home. But one thing you don't want to forget is to take your electrolytes and make sure you take them every single day, twice a day. And one thing I did learn personally from doing this 5-day water fast is that the vitamins and electrolytes that I added into my routine first thing in the morning didn't affect any aspect of my fast whatsoever. I managed to lose a considerable amount of weight. Now, the next step for water intake throughout the day, it's pretty simple. You just take your body weight. Like mine, for instance, I'm morbidly obese still, but I was a lot heavier beforehand. Now, my body weight right now is about 379 pounds. Now, we're going to take that number, we're going to divide it by 2, and that equals about 189.5. We're going to convert that into ounces. So literally, that's a simple process of taking 189.5 and putting OZ on the end. Do a simple Google search and just ask Google how many gallons is 189.5 ounces, and voila, they'll give you the exact number. And in my case, that's about 1.5 gallons per day. I typically drink at least that, if not more. And don't forget to drink water constantly throughout this 5-day water fast, because that is the main ingredient that's going to help lubricate the entire body and help your intestines work right and heal. And it's also going to push out all that compacted poop that nobody really wants to hold on to anyways, and that's why we got fat in the first place. Now, keep in mind with your morning intake, it is perfectly acceptable to drink your coffee and tea. Just remember, don't add any sugar and don't add any creamer. It's typically what shuts our body down and says, sorry about your luck, you're not going to lose any weight today. Now, this is a simple process that worked really well for me, and I had a starting weight of about 445 pounds. That's pretty scary. Now, I lost a considerable amount of weight just because of fasting, because it jump-started my metabolism. So now we're going to jump into the day-to-day of what to expect during this 5-day water fast from my experience. Now, day 1 was honestly the hardest day of my 5-day water fast. Just getting started, just trying to get that plan in place. to say, okay, I'm ready. I'm going to do this. Ultimately, I had to just be completely fed up with being fat. I had to be fed up with being sore. I had to be fed up with everything about what was going on with my body at the time in order to get a kickstart on what I was about to do. Now, day 2 was pretty simple. I pretty much carried on throughout my day, like, okay, I can do this. It really wasn't a big deal. Now, day 3 was where I really noticed some changes in my body. I mean, I could feel it all over. The upper part of my tummy here was starting to get flat. The bottom part of my tummy was starting to recede just slightly. And specifically, my legs were becoming a lot less swollen from all the extra weight pushing down. I was already losing weight. Now, one thing you definitely don't want to do is jump right on the scale. You don't want to get on that scale every single day of the week. You want to wait until the end of the week, get on the scale, see what your results are. Because every day, your weight will fluctuate up and down, depending on what's going on inside here. Now, another thing to remember is on the 3rd day of that fast, that's when your intestines are starting to replace the lining, and it's actually repairing yourself. So if you have leaky gut, other issues like that, digestive issues, bloating, a lot of that should start to become remedied in the next couple of days. Now, day 4, that was a little tough, but it wasn't so bad. It was more similar to day 2, where everything was just, okay, I got this. I'm figuring it out. I got Friday coming. And the best part about Friday is since I started my fast at Sunday at lunchtime, Friday, I could stop my fast around lunchtime. Or if I really wanted to, I could extend my fast just a few more hours until dinner time. Now, when I woke up on day 5, it was kind of like running a marathon. I was just eager to get going with the day. I was excited because I had a ton of energy because, I mean, coming from here, my body's eating itself. So that's where the energy's coming from. And surprisingly, I was waking up at 5:30 every single day without an alarm. I didn't have any problems at all getting up, getting out of bed, getting dressed, getting out the door. Now, the best part about my Friday that made me most excited was the fact that I could break my fast at lunchtime with something simple, but I didn't. I decided to wait until dinner time. And here's the most important part about breaking such a long fast without eating any food whatsoever. It's incredibly important that when you come out of a 5-day fast with not consuming any calories or any food, start your diet with a natural fat, like avocados or Greek yogurt. This natural fat is going to serve a really good purpose, and it's going to get your stomach prepared to accept food later on, either in the day or the next day. Now, all the experts that I've talked to and all the experts that I have listened to have all said it's really important to come out of this fast gently. So don't rush right out. Eat a slice of pizza. Don't eat a cake. Don't eat anything that's full of protein. So you're going to want to come out gently. And what this is doing is it's setting your body up to accept food later in the day. It's creating bile because as you were fasting, their bile production just wasn't happening in your gut. Get the bile production up before you start implementing any proteins later. And the reason why is many people have tried to come out of this fast and went straight to protein, and they wound up sitting on the toilet with an explosive diarrhea experience. Let's not do that. Now, once the fast was over, I was extremely surprised that I wasn't hungry. I really wasn't hungry. I didn't know what to eat. I was just like, okay, I've been used to doing this all week. I haven't been eating food, but it's the end of my 5-day fast. So my first meal was an avocado. That avocado tasted like gold. Now, through the process of this fast, I did realize that my sense of smell was so much better at that point. In return, my sense of taste was going to be improved as well. So everything about the smell, I could drive around the town and I could smell people baking cookies. I could smell the chocolate. I could smell the butter. I could smell the bread baking all the way across town, where normally I wouldn't smell much of anything. So the fasting is complete. So what do I do next? Basic natural fats, not carbohydrates and not protein. Now, when you come out of your fast, it's very important to stay away from anything with high fructose corn syrup, because adding high fructose corn syrup into your purified body at that point is basically going to confuse your body and potentially shut down the whole process of jump-starting your metabolism. Now, for other fasting tips, or if you just want to follow along with my weight loss journey, please subscribe to the channel, like the video, and comment down below what you think. I've got a long way to go, and I hope to see you in the next one.